Hey there nation, welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander CheapSkate, and we are back with another edition of Cheap Shots. And on this episode, we're going to talk about how to cheaply and easily magnetize your miniatures so that way you can put them on movement trays and not have to worry about losing them off of their bases. Alright, so as you can see, we're back here on the screenshots again from my desktop computer. As you see there, I got my little Commander CheapSkate logo, and as you can see here, I'm also on Amazon.com. Alright, so one of the problems when it comes to magnetizing miniatures that a lot of people like to use what are called rare earth magnets is what they like to use to magnetize their bases. Alright, so you can see here we have all kinds of different types of refrigerator magnets and rare earth magnets to use in order to magnetize your miniatures. Usually what rare earth is, it's just a permanently magnetized piece of metal is all it is. They come in really small discs like this. They cost you about $13 to $14 looks like on this one. Looks like this size here will cost you $11, $9, $9.30, $11, all kinds of different things that you guys can use. Now, there's nothing wrong with using rare earth magnets to magnetize your miniatures. The problem though is that they are kind of expensive. As you can see here on the Amazon page they have here, they cost anywhere between $10 to $20 depending on how many packs you get. Not to mention, you also have to glue them to the bottom of your miniatures. You also have to put filler in like plaster or something like that to make sure they don't fall out. It's just a really big headache to magnetize your miniatures onto movement trays. So today what I'm going to show you guys is a really cost-effective and cheap method in order to magnetize your miniatures. And to do that, we're using what are called overhead vent covers. They're huge sheets of flexible steel vinyl that is magnetized, and they work perfectly to get the job done. So with that being said, let's get this video on a roll. Let's go show you exactly how you can do this the cheap and easy way. Alright you guys, so here's an overhead shot of the table that I'm working on. I'm doing a little voiceover while I'm recording myself getting it chopped up. As you can see, I am using magnetic vent covers. I bought this product at a Home Depot. It cost me about $5. It's actually a pretty good system. As you can see, it's by a company called, I believe it's called Frost King is what it's called. That's right, Frost King. It's a 3-pack. These sheets are about 8 inches wide and about 15 inches long. They're really great value. They're made out of vinyl that's magnetized as well, so there's a little bit of magnetic elements to it. So as you can see, as I'm unsheathing the packages there, you see these sheets are really big. There's actually 3 sheets in all. There's one side that's white and the one side that is black. The black side, as you can see here, is the magnetized element of it as well. Those are the first 2 top sheets that come with it. You also have a small piece of cardboard right there as well. I'm just showing you earlier how they're polarized. Now you want to keep that, of course, for other projects later on, so you want to make sure you keep that part as well. But as you can see, all these sheets are magnetized, and they also stick to one another as well, so you don't have to worry about polarity being an issue. In fact, I'm going to show you here an example how it looks. If you put these 2 magnetic sheets together and kind of stack on top of each other, they all kind of magnetize it just right. So once you guys get your sheets taken out, all you gotta do now is put on your cutting mat real quick, and then from there you start drawing them out and making it happen. Now the cutting mat I'm using, I'm pretty lucky on this one. It's already pre-measured on one side to have 25mm squares. On the other side it has 20mm squares, so whatever size bases you need, you could adjust accordingly and get those chopped up as well. Alright, so once you got your 25mm mat, you're going to need a square of some sort or a ruler, whatever the case may be, in order to measure out your guys' lines. Right here I'm just showing you that my squares are 25mm piece, so that's kind of nice as well. So you'll need a square or a ruler in order to draw your lines. Also need a Sharpie. It's got a really cheap one right there. It's a real clicker. And of course I take my first mat. And the first thing I do is I line up my mat, and luckily since this is in a grid pattern for 25mm, all I gotta do is just line it up just right, so that way I can start drawing my lines. And once I'll have it all lined up, all I need to do now is start drawing my markings every 25mm, so that way I can start drawing them out. And I'm going to speed through it real quick to show you how it's done. So you can see here's me just kind of speeding along real quick, drawing my little reference lines, going a little bit faster than usual. To do that, once you have your lines drawn out, just take your square or your ruler, and then you just kind of just draw it out real quick. Just make it, really straight lines and just carve it out real fast. As you can see, I'm drawing my vertical lines first, making sure I have my rows. Just going through the entire process of just tracing out those lines the entire length of the thing that I'm using for my magnetic vent covers. And you do exactly the same thing back. Alright, the next thing you need to do real quick is take your magnetic sheet. For me, I gotta cut it in half real fast just because my mat's not big enough for the entire sheet. Now that I got it cut in half, I'm now going on the opposite direction, doing exactly the same thing, marking my 25mm lines, and then carving that real quick for each of the sides. That way I have my 25mm squares, and I have a grid pattern that I can cut off of. As you can see, I'm just repeating the same process all over again, going through both sheets, making sure that they have their 25mm squares cut out. Just pretty simple process after that. And then once you're done, you're ready to go on to the next step, which is pretty awesome. Alright, I do apologize for the blurriness of this image, but all you need to do now is just pick your miniature. It's kind of blurry, I apologize for that, you guys. And get yourself some glue. I'm using Gorilla Glue because it comes with a brush adapter on it as well. So what you gotta do is take your miniature, turn it upside down, take your super glue like I'm doing in this image here. Once again, I apologize for how blurry this is. Make sure you get the excess glue off real quick. All you gotta do is then go to the bottom of your base, find the rim, just brush on a real thin layer of super glue along the edges of your rim, as you see I'm doing in this picture here. Just making sure you don't get anything damaged onto your model. Cap it real fast, take your magnetic sheet, put the white side down so that way it sticks to the base, and just put it together like that. And just press really lightly, and then just kind of sit off to the side to dry. And then once you're done with that, move on to the other miniatures and do exactly the same process to all the other ones as well, so that way it's all done. And all you gotta do is let it sit aside and just let it dry. Now, once the miniature is all dried and the magnet's base is taken care of, any excess white that's showing on the other side, just take a sharp pair of scissors and just trim it along like I'm doing in this picture here. And then once you guys are done with that, just paint it to make sure it matches the base, and then you're ready to go. Alright, so once you're done, here's an example of a magnetic movement tray that I made real quick using the same vent covers. Putting the miniature right on top of it, show how it's stuck together. Also showing you how you can rock it back and forth, how it doesn't slide off and it sticks perfectly, and you can even turn it upside down and it stays perfectly on. And that's the CheapSkate way of making a new magnetic base. Alright, so now it's time to talk about the cost savings we're talking about. So if you were to buy 120 rare earth magnets from Amazon, it's going to cost you about $10.99 for the kit that you need. Now, the problem with the rare earth magnets, of course, is that they are polarized, and so because that, you'll need to put them on something that will stick to, in which case the most common substance that most people use is 0.9mm thick steel sheets is what people use, and they use tin snips to cut them out and glue them in their movement trays. I found the cheapest one I could online. That was a 12-inch by 24-inch steel plate that you'll need to cut by hand, and that runs you about $34 to buy something like that, in which case your grand total when combined together equals about $44.99 to magnetize 120 rare earth magnets for your miniatures. Now, the CheapSkate method, all you need to do is use a magnetic vent cover, which also comes in 3 sheets of 8 inches by 15 inches, and it costs $4.99. And we do know you can make 120 25mm bases out of it, and you times that by 3, that's 360. So 360 times $4.99, it's a little under $15. So their grand total for that would cost you about $4.99, and when you subtract from the other method, you end up with savings about $40, which is going a long way to buying a brand new box of miniatures, which is actually kind of nice as well. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, just another cheap way and effective way for you guys to magnetize your bases without breaking the bank. That's good for this one, you guys. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is invaluable to us as always. Also, check us out on Instagram, Google+, Facebook, as well as blogger.com for all the latest and greatest news about the hobby. That's good for this one, you guys. You guys stay classy. We will catch you guys on the next one.